this is Sunava.
And this is Johannes.
And you are watching Board Gaming Ramblings.
And today we are doing a comparison video between Carcassonne
and Carcassonne 20th edition.
It's already been 20 years since Carcassonne came out. How old were you back then?
I don't know. Like 5 years?
5 years
Yeah.
old. So things have happened in your life since Carcassonne arrived. And has Carcassonne been a part of your life since you were 5 years old?
No, not at all.
Not at all. That is true.
It was one of the earliest games that we played going into the hobby, though. So
That
this
is true.
This is a classic.
It's absolutely
People are
a classic.
playing this game.
And they are playing it, and many people are playing it. There's so many expansions and stuff to this game, and this year they have made a new 20th century anniversary box, which is this one that we are taking a look at. Before we open up and look at the differences, just want to make sure that you know that this is the first edition,
Yes.
which means that there is some stuff in here which you will see in the second edition, and the artwork here is a lot older than it is in the second edition. The second edition artwork is more like the one in this, but I just have changed it a bit.
Yes.
So we are gonna open them up and see how it looks. So we are opening up. First off, let's talk about the box cover. That's like the first thing. Before we open it up, this is the first edition. The second edition looks better than this, but this is beautiful.
If this looks like refined, and Carcassonne is set in
Carcassonne.
with castles and knights and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like this fits like the theme of the game, if
Yeah,
there is
and it
one.
gets that, like, you have that gold embroidering
Yeah.
here. It feels like it's like a collector's edition or
Yeah.
a anniversary edition of the game.
Absolutely,
So let's
it's
open it up.
glamorous.
There's not that many things in Carcassonne to look at. We have some rule books. Everything here is in Norwegian because both of these are Scandinavian versions. In here are some of the expansions as well. So basically, there's not that much to look at here. Actually, there's
But
most
look
of
at
it
this.
to look at here.
I love this rule book. Like the paper quality, it just feels like a little rustic, maybe. It feels old, but it's
Like a parchment something.
yes,
Yeah.
it's beautiful. And then we have a scoreboard.
Yes, again, this is the first edition of the old ones. Let's see if I can get off the scoreboard here. I don't know if I even
it's-
can. Ta-da! It's magically out with the magic of editing.
Yes.
We have the scoreboard here. As you know, saying it again, this is the first edition, but it looks better, but not anything that's gonna change up how
Yeah,
you
it's
play.
a scoreboard.
One thing they have done with most of the pieces here is that they have this, I don't know what it's called, but you know when something is on top
Yeah.
of the piece? Like when
It's shining, it's reflecting in the light.
yeah, when you touch it, you feel like there is something
Yeah.
there, like something added on top. I don't know what it's called, but it's cool. I like it. It's neat.
Very great.
And then we have all of this stuff. So let's look at the pieces. Like
Yes.
the pieces are mostly the same, and the artwork is cool here. I think like the most interesting thing is to look at this artwork than this. We saw some pictures of the artwork for the second edition, and you can go into Seaman Games and look at more of the second edition pieces to be able to
Yes.
see like the differences. Because what I feel like is that the artwork is mostly the same, but they have added a lot of Easter eggs, and you can find them
Yeah.
yourself, like a lot of Easter eggs from other Carcassonne games, from other
I love
Hansen Block
that.
games, and also like people partying, people going on the road to get ready to go to the party in Carcassonne, people with flags, 20th century anniversary flags, and a lot of these kind of additions is what is basically added to the artwork.
Yes, absolutely. And the meeples have some stickers that you can like dress them with, and all of them are super cute and individual. So I like sticking them together.
I hate stickers. I feel like
You do it once though, and then
Yeah.
it looks really nice.
it does look nice, but if you are bad at stickering, it will not look nice. So I would have liked it to be actually like silk screen printed. That would have been a lot better. Of course, probably would have been a bit more expensive, but would have looked better.
Yeah, I have no like specific idea of how I want that. I thought these stickers were really neat because they have like a see-through background. So if you stick them a little wrong, which I did, you don't see it as well. And also this makes the game more affordable. I like that. In the anniversary edition, it also includes the abbot and the river, which it also is included in the second edition, but we don't have it here. For us, it's a bit of an upgrade, like expansion-wise also, but it's also included a specific mini expansion for the anniversary edition.
Yeah, there's 15 tiles with we basically have the same things that all other tiles have, but and they also have the little arrow with 1 or 3 action symbols. And when you get it in your hand and you place it, if the arrow points towards another tile, you get to do that special action. And the special action can be that you can place a meeple somewhere where you already have a meeple. You can place a meeple somewhere else on the map where there's some area that isn't done, like a unfinished road with no meeple on it, and so on. And the last one is that you get a double action. So you get to place it and then draw another tile and do another action. If you place the arrow basically and towards nothing, you get 2 points for basically skipping doing the action. And that's just a tiny little expansion, but I liked it.
I liked it too, because sometimes you for example, with a field, you can see that it's very hard to get another meeple into that field and take have majority there. So this is a new way to kind of sneak in for some extra points here and there, and I like to have that freedom.
Yeah, so there's not that many differences, as you can see. There's this tiny little 15 tile expansion, and the artwork is a bit different with some Easter eggs and stuff. That looks nice.
Yeah, that is basically it.
That is basically the only differences between them, and the box looks nice and all of that.
Yes.
So which one should you buy? The price is basically almost the same. Like, it's a bit more expensive because it's new. Like, you can get Carcassonne cheap almost everywhere. So I think this is more expensive now, which makes sense as well. They're making like this new deluxe edition. It's gonna be a bit more expensive. But what do you think? Which one would you buy?
I think the price difference wasn't that huge, and if I was new to Carcassonne and I could see myself buying this like a first-time buyer, I think like if you want everything to match perfectly, you might find like the expansion that exists fits better with the second edition, but that is the only reason why you will like preferably choose the second edition. Or I think this looks stellar. I would play this because it looks better, and I don't need any more expansions for it myself.
Yeah, I agree. Like, we have some expansions for the first edition, and I would guess that they have made like upgraded artwork for the different expansions. And if they haven't, you already have mix matching artwork for the different expansions that you get. So it really depends. Like, if you want the bit cooler artwork and you feel that that's worth to buy, or the mini expansion, and you feel like that's worth to buy to spend more money on, then this looks better. But it's the same thing. Like, you do not need to buy this edition. I think this is more for fans of the game, for like the Carcassonne fans to get this new edition, like collectors of Carcassonne, or people who are heavy into board games who just want to see the new thing and see how it looks. And maybe like, if you don't really used to play with a lot of expansions, maybe you can throw away or sell or give away your second edition or first edition box and have this one instead. So for me, I do not feel like this is something that's adding a lot to the game, but it looks nice and has that little tiny expansion. So not that much stuff. And for me, if I wanted Carcassonne and I could find a second edition, maybe even like opened and sold for like 1/3 of the price, I would buy that instead of buying the new version.
Yeah, but if you're buying a new version of Carcassonne and you're buying it for the first time, you haven't played it before, this is a very pretty version of Carcassonne, and they made it still affordable, in my opinion.
Yeah.
A lot of like these anniversary editions might be out of your price range, or are for these collectors like shelves for a gem in their collection. This, I feel, is a little more streamlined version of that, which is nice for new buyers as well.
Yeah, so I don't think there's so much more to say because there aren't that many different changes.
Yes.
So I think that is the end of this video. If you have any questions about the new edition, just let us know in the comments.
Yes.
Also check out Seaman Games to read more about it and see more pictures there as well. That is the end of the video. If you are still here and you haven't subscribed, please do it now. It makes us happy. And that is the end. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Johannes.
I'm Senua.
And you've been watching Board Gaming Ramblings. And bye-bye.